loving the fact that we've got Reverend Sophie. Good morning, Reverend Sophie.
Morning, everybody. It's so lovely to be here. It's such a beautiful day outside. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's great. I'm excited about today. I've got a wedding this morning as well. There's so many things to be grateful for today. So many things to be grateful for today.
Oh, I love it. In fact, we've had some gratitude sent in to us, actually. Rebecca Singh, my awesome son, she's grateful for, even though he can push the buttons. But there's a wonderful picture of him playing out on the water.
It does look incredible. Anna's been in touch this morning as well for our Grati-Tuesday. She said, I'm grateful to have witnessed It's a Knockout and meet G and T and the rest of the Pure West Radio team, because Anna came down to the Quins in Pembroke Dock on Sunday and we had some lovely photos taken as well. So, yeah, grateful message there. Thank you, Anna.
And Rachel from Pembroke, she's been in touch. She's on her last Birmingham trip till October this morning, back on Thursday. Grateful for being able to enjoy our beaches all year round, and fingers crossed for some nice sunny weather this weekend. And well, we've got a lovely beach-inspired song to be playing for Rachel in just a moment. And well, you mentioned the nice weather today here, Reverend Sophie. I imagine that you've had some nice weather around you as well.
I have. I've had some wonderful weather because I've just had 10 days in Normandy and the weather was balmy 24 degrees most days. We had a little bit of shower on one day, but other than that, it was lovely and glorious. And talking of beaches, it just so happens that I was going to talk about beaches and various other things today. So I'm eternally grateful for my friend who has a house in Normandy. So we went to Normandy, stayed with him, although I think it was a bit of a shock to his system because he's gone from being a single man in a house with a dog to being to having my entire tribe of six adults turn up on his doorstep for 10 days. So I think he's grateful that we've come home.
He was glad to wave you by with a big smile. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. So I think I was eternally grateful for that because of course, holidays are expensive, aren't they? And especially when you've got as many people as I have, it's a really tough thing. So to be able to hop on the old Eurostar and for fairly little money in comparison to flights and ferries and that sort of thing, and to be able to drive to his house in our own cars, so we've got the freedom to go out and do all of those sorts of things, but also fairly close to many things as well. It was an absolute joy. So I feel very blessed to have a friend who has a house in Normandy, and we just did some wonderful things whilst we were there. So we went to Mont Saint Michel, which is just a absolutely glorious. Have you seen it, Tom? It's just.
I've been twice. It's one of my favorite places.
Yeah, it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. I mean, you look at it from a distance and it's beautiful, and then it's that. And we're very lucky in Pembrokeshire that we've got St David's. So St David's is a place of pilgrimage, but of course Mount St Michel will also have been a place of pilgrimage. And you get to this mount that is in the middle. Essentially, it looks like it's in the middle of the ocean. And you walk out across this causeway, and you can imagine that people have been walking to this destination for ages, for hundreds of years. And then you get to the base of this, what is a mountain, and you've got to walk up that to get to your final destination. And I sort of think the willpower, the strength, the determination that you need to be able to do that after having, I mean, we cheated. We got a bus from one end of the causeway to the other. But if a couple of hundred years ago where there weren't buses and people were still making their pilgrimage to these places, it's phenomenal the determination people had to be able to reach. And whether or not you have a faith, there is this definite kind of journey that you go on in life, and a pilgrimage is kind of a distilling of that, and it kind of it allows you to think and reflect and to really dig deep into who you are as a person, spiritually and physically and emotionally, and that all comes together. And that very last push at the end of that pilgrimage is just if you're doing it properly, must be absolutely both blooming hard work, but also completely and utterly life-giving as well. So I just think wonderful. I've just seen Anna King put up a message saying happy birthday to the Queen. We are grateful for you, Jean. Is it your birthday today, Gina?
Yay!
Oh, I need to sing happy birthday now. Happy
Thank you.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gina. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I was sort of in depth and thinking about this lovely pilgrimage, though, in the walk. I was just imagining myself sort
Yeah.
of going to these lengths. So, yeah, please do carry on.
Well, but I mean, actually, the other side of our week away was that we also went to the D-Day landing beaches. So we went to the Omaha beach, we went to the Sword beach, and there was one other that we went to, but I can't remember which one it was. So we went to various D-Day landing beaches. We also went to the British Memorial site as well, which took my breath away. Absolutely took my breath away. There was a piece of artwork there, which is essentially these black silhouettes of soldiers, and there's one there for every man that died during those D-Day landings. And for someone who, as far as I am aware, my granddad landed on one of those beaches and survived to tell the tale. So I was really, really lucky in that respect. It was another journey. It was another pilgrimage that I hadn't anticipated taking that at that time. So it was a really interesting mix between a pilgrimage that you anticipate and a pilgrimage that you happen across. And I think that's really it's quite an important thing to hold on to in life generally. There are often things that we plan on doing, and often things that we aspire to, and dreams that we have, and so on and so forth. And then there are those moments that we're not planning for, and whether they're traumatic or whether they are good, they change who we are as people. They affect who we are and how we grow and how we reflect, and so on and so forth. So that was quite an important reflection for me. The cat's just come in.
You weren't expecting that. It wasn't planned, was it?
But also, I think with the world as it is at the moment, to be reminded of the lives that were given during that time was just, for me, a complete. It really was. It's not a shock to that it's a powerful thing, isn't it? But to have a piece of artwork that is so emotive, I hadn't really reckoned on that, and I think also the world is in a lot of conflict at the moment, and I think we need to be reminded of those lives that are being given on a regular basis to look after our liberty and our freedom. So there was so many things that I'm grateful for, so many things that happened, but beaches and walks on beaches and reflections and pilgrimages are all of those things that have happened over the last 10 days that have been really important part of my journey over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, there we are.
And I bet as a family you've made lots and lots of memories and everything else as well. Just a
Huge
gorgeous summer.
memories. Yes, so whilst we were away, it was my husband and my anniversary, our wedding anniversary. So we've been married 24 years. So that was exciting. Next year we're celebrating our 25th by going to Egypt together. So when we first met each other, we promised each other that we would go to Egypt at some point, and we've not yet managed it.
So 25 years later, you're going to get there.
Later, we're going to go to Egypt. We are going to explore the pyramids, and we're going to go up the Nile and do all of those lovely things. So I'm really excited about that. So yes, it's been a really good family time, and a good time to be able to just to kick back, relax, and enjoy each other's company. And the sunshine, and the wine, and the cheese.
And the wine.
There was a lot of wine, a lot of cheese.
Sounds perfect. You've brought the conversation onto food and drink, which means I need to ask, did you try a galette?
No. What's a galette?
It's a savoury pancake which is perfected in the northwest of France over
Oh,
Normandy and Brittany, and
okay.
there's usually a fried egg in the middle, but you'll get chives and like bacon
Ooh.
and ham and mushrooms and different cheeses, and they are delicious. Reverend Sophie, I think your Grati-Tuesday this morning, after having a couple of weeks away, just an example of the tapestry of life, and that there's things to look forward to, and there's highs, and then there's things which bring us down into lows, but they make you realize and give another understanding on the world around us, and that you have to take one with the other, and it's what we do with that information and how we feel and what we bring that forward onto next. A prime example, you felt all of that in 10 days, and it's amazing. And we can feel all of that in like 10 minutes, and but we're resilient creatures, and it's to look up and be like, actually, yes, that bad thing did happen, but it means something good is on the way, because that's the way it works, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
life.
Definitely, it is life. Yeah, and it's part and parcel of who we are as human beings, and part and parcel of who we are as God's creation. It's it's an up and down world, but it's an exciting world as well.
Yeah, it is. And talking of ups and downs, sometimes we have our own downs that are kind of our fault, and we might be asking for a bit of forgiveness. If someone is feeling like they're guilty that they may have changed their hairdresser, as we had a couple of weeks ago, Confessions is back on Thursday. Are you back on Thursday as well?
I'm back on Thursday with my confessions. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if we've got any confessions in, but I think I probably discovered one of my own if we need to share. So we'll keep that for Thursday. Need to share.
Love that. Gina, well, we had advice being sought last Thursday, so I wonder if they've taken on the advice. I can't remember the detail off the top of my head. Gina, do you remember?
Wasn't it about hair?
Oh, your microphone's going.
Oh, I was going to say about hairdressers.
No, that was the week before. That was the week
Oh,
before.
it's about coffee. It was.
Coffee. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So if you've got a dilemma and you're worried about hurting someone, you're looking for a bit of advice, or maybe you've done something and you're worried that you've hurt someone, use the Council of the Breakfast Show and Alive and Kicking. We're going to be here on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. to hear your confession and hopefully provide you with the hallelujah chorus of forgiveness. And
one of my children needs to ask for forgiveness.
Oh, really?
So yes, so we have one of those. I treated us and bought us one of those Tassimo coffee machines.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the latte packs, which comes with a milk pod, and it comes with a coffee pod. And somebody has used one more milk pod than they have coffee. So it means there is a coffee pod without any milk.
Oh, that I can come round then, because I'll have it black.
Okay.
So that's waiting for me on my birthday. I'll be round in a mo.
Solutions all the time over here. Solutions. It's 21 minutes past 9 o'clock. Reverend Sophie, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day in the sunshine with the wonderful couple. And we're sending our love on this Grati-Tuesday. And we look forward to seeing you on Thursday morning, where we'll find out more about Alive and Kicking on Sunday, where you'll be reunited again with Father Neil.
Indeed, I miss him. I miss him lots.
We started off talking about some of the messages we'd had in for Grati-Tuesday. Rachel was one such person. She's on the road for the last time until October. Zach Brown Band is on the way. And also, you've only got 8.5 minutes for your Unscramble entry to get involved. We're meeting the Penguins, G.
Yes, we are. What's the name of the penguin we're going to see today? Last chance over on our Facebook page, Pure West Radio.
Thank you, Sophie.
Bye, everyone.
Pour me another one. Make it a strong one. We're gonna have
Here's some of the songs that we got coming up. I forgot I put this in. There you go. We've got that coming up. And from Usher as well.